Well, hello, my friends. We're back again. I'm going to be doing a video again with Finton, probably later on this afternoon. But in my meditation and thought, but this is Pearls of Wisdom. I'm Steve, and anyways, I'll explain everything right away about everything, all of life's problems in like 15-20 minutes. Imagine that. Saving the world here at Pearls of Wisdom Industries. Anyways, I'm meditating heavily on this concept of the oneness of all that I've come to understand through my journey. Love to hear what you're understanding through your journey, but nobody's commenting in the comment section. No one. I was going to send you, I'm going to send you some pearls via mail. I'll send a helicopter driver, Melissa, over. They'll send you some pearls if you subscribe. I give them away for free, but these are special ones. They're like special edition. Yeah. So subscribe, hit the bell, get that algorithm going. Let's get this message of the oneness of all to everybody out there. And I'm starting to have a little more fun with it too. I was like a little too serious. I was watching my other videos and I'm like all spiritual. It's hard not to, because that's the way we're supposed to be. But anyways, I got this thinking. So I'm intending, you can use the word prayer, meditating on, whatever. There's lots of words for it. But wishing, I suppose, I've come to the conclusion myself that wishing is like saying, I don't really believe that the Spirit is good and wants us to have the things that I want. So hopefully you can maybe do that if you kind of love me type thing. So yeah, I personally go, I still do that. I think it's like part of our human nature where even though we know, or even though we believe that intending and believing on the universe to provide and all of those things like that will actuate or create that environment in our lives, which is what I do believe, it's still not easy. I know with me, things aren't looking like the way my mind is creating it right now. There's a lot of things happening in my life where I'm like, whoa, what are we going to do here? It's like I haven't had a job in about a year because I, went through addiction and stuff like that, and EI's running out, and it's looking really kind of tough. But just believing on the oneness of all. Now, believing in the universe to provide, this is what I'm going to talk about here now. I started realizing that through this belief system, and I'd like to, first of all, before I go into this, question will be, is it true, my belief system? Well, I'm leaning heavily on the concept that we create our reality here as a human race. This is what Science and Mind teaches. And then combine with this concept from the character of Jesus that said, when we, what is true is what creates the most love, within sort of like that. Love is truth. So the fruit that something produces on a tree, that's the analogy I've used before, and I'll say it again. His analogy was, you can tell somebody by their fruit. You can tell what they are by their actions. A good tree is a system of tree is a symbol of knowledge in the Bible, the tree of life, knowledge of good and evil, and all through the olive tree. The olive was a symbol of spirit, and the tree is a symbol of knowledge. So a good tree produces good fruit. A bad tree produces bad fruit. An orange tree can't produce anything but oranges. That's what basically it's saying. So if we in ourselves see that we are not producing good fruit, say we're angry and we say things we don't like about people, or, how many times, I don't know about you guys, but I go to bed sometimes and go, why am I like this? Why? Sometimes I would even tell myself in the morning, sometimes I'll tell myself in the morning, I'm not going to do that today. Sure shit. I do that, like, quite often, not even long after I say it. So with that, that's actually not horrible. It's just an identification. This is a way to stay away from a shame mechanism where we're beating ourselves up. It's an identification of where our beliefs lie. So if I am not producing good fruit that I desire, go back to the belief system that I have and create a belief system that will produce that fruit. You see? Create a reality. And that is the truth. There's a Zig Ziglar, I believe, came up with and I don't know if he's the one that originally quoted it, but he said, whether you believe you can or you cannot, you are correct. And lots of truth to that. So, yeah, that's a great way of saying what we believe will come true. But what we want to come true, what we want truth to be, is what we desire. So what do I desire? What do you desire? I desire love. I desire peace. I desire security. I desire comforts. I desire all sorts of things like that. So what in our belief system is going to cause that? Now, this isn't exactly what this video was about. This video was about what it is that we are believing in to create that. Now, if I believe there is one spirit that is in all, through all, and with all, that spirit is all. We are all one, not just with the spirit, we all have the one spirit in us. So, when I am intending to the universe through the spirit to, say, have financial freedoms, or whatever I have created in my mind that gives me the most joy, passion, desire, all of those things like that. When I am intending to the universe for this manifestation and to live in that now, to create this emotion of this being, because the universe creates all of this with one spirit, I am doing so with you, with whoever's listening, with all humanity. Together in the one spirit, we desire together to create the reality that we have here. So, what does this mean for us? First of all, it's the beautiful message of, if we have anybody that we don't forgive or mad at or angry at, or people or nations or whatever, races, all of those things like that, that's all a facade of untruth. The truth is we are all one together, growing into this oneness together. And that our desire comes through that one spirit, which is all of us. So we are all, in essence, helping grow in our desires together as one spirit. Now tell me that ain't beautiful, man. That's freaking awesome. I just, something came to me this morning that really made me, find a deeper meaning in this. And maybe even a deeper love for each individual person and myself, to the realization that all are part of the desire in me to create with the gifts given to me So whatever happens that accomplishes these things, these desires that are happening right now, as it's happening right now, is happening because of all of the people, every single person I can think of, no matter how much they've abused me, hurt me, or at least I perceive to have, or are doing things that are against humanity in my mind, or whatever you may say, they are all part of the one Spirit creating the all. So I can put my offenses away. I can leave them. I can't stick with them knowing that without them, we are not the one. We are not one. Now, they may not realize our oneness. They may not understand the oneness that we are. So in which case, this manifests poor fruit, where we're like, geez, But if in the realization that they are still part of that oneness, it creates a more beautiful fruit in me to create my desires or whatever the case may be, and for that to shine out to all people. I looked him up too. What was his name? Mike. I looked up his name. I remembered his name, but he's one of a YouTuber who talks about this. And if you're like a Gen X like me, you'll remember this. He brings up like the Care Bear reference. You remember the Care Bears? And they would have this like light that shined out onto people. It would just like, they were stuffed animals at the time, but they were also a cartoon. You can check it out. They had this light that shines out on people. And anyways, the more I come to this understanding of the oneness that all are, the less anxiety I have and hate towards people or dislike or whatever, angst at all, the more I deeply love even those that may look like they're hurting the world or hurting people or hurting even me. I'm able to use the gifts given to me to create more of a light for those that haven't yet believed in it. Now you'll say, well, now you're saying that you have to believe. No, I'm not saying that. You find your own belief that creates most love. One thing that I will say, there's only one real rule, apparently, and it's not even a rule in itself. I think it's just a desire within us. Is it not what we all want? To love and be one with all people, to have complete peace, joy, laughter, family, no disease, no all these things. Like, we got coronavirus going on right now. I am convinced that if all understood the oneness of who we are, this would never happen. We would never manifest these diseases. We wouldn't manifest fears. Without fear, there's likely no disease. Without fear, there's likely no addiction. Without fear, there is basically the only thing that can happen is joy, peace, love, and togetherness. No fear of lack, because there's an unlimited amount of everything we need in the world. So this understanding helps me create a light to all people. And I use the word light because it's most understood. What would another term for light be for those that are listening right now that maybe not grab it? Energy. Like, have you ever gone into a room and you said, wow, this is amazing energy in here? Or this is really, I don't know, weird energy or bad energy or whatever the case may be. Those are real things. Energy is a thing. You go someplace and it feels awkward or it feels, those are real. There's nothing unreal about that. You just said it. It's real. So creating a light energy for the whole, through the understanding that we are all whole in one, in spirit, helps me, or creates in me a love that keeps producing that. It's unlimited abundance. Well, okay, that's what I wanted to say. I'm probably gonna do a video with look at that, I just forgot his name, Finton. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do a video with Finton this afternoon. I'd love to do a video with anybody out there that wants to do a Skype video together about what you have on your mind. If you have any questions about what I believe, I'd love to probably have questions about what you think. Maybe we're in total agreement and we can just spread this right out there to more people. If that's on your heart to do, I'd love to do that. Give us a like, comment on the bottom. I really like to spread this around to other people and have more people become involved and have more perspective from different countries, different ideas, different thought patterns, and all of those things like that, because it's fun. Have a great day. Lots of love to you. Some Care Bear light to you.